I took over a year off and cut you bitches some slack. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're back! Namaste. So, upon recording, I stumbled across this. I know, words cannot describe how excited I am that Octonauts is making a comeback. Prior to the big news of the Octonauts making the comeback of the century, we need to go back to where it all began. Not something, but rather someone. And that someone has changed the way that we see the Octonauts forever. Yes, I'm talking about Paani. Paani was the first exclusive character introduced in Above and Beyond, and today we're going to talk about how Paani changed the Octonauts. I even went as far as to dress up in a Paani-inspired outfit for today's video. If you don't know who I am, what's going on everybody? It's your girl Yujin. I'm an autistic music artist, and when I'm not making music, I like to make videos about my special interests like Octonauts. If you want to support this autistic creator, be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social media platforms. And without further ado, let's get started. We first meet Paani in the Skeletal Coast Adventure, the very first episode of Octonauts Above and Beyond. When the octopod crashes on the Skeleton Coast, they have to save their drinking water, although Paani takes some of their water to give to some thirsty animals, and he also borrows their helicopter. However, it goes horribly wrong as Quasi notices and tries to take control of the wheel, and they evidently crash. Oh, I'm sorry, emergency landing. But Barnacles doesn't get too upset because Paani explained why he is taking their water and they decide to help him out. However, Quasi's not convinced and they're still beefing with each other. I mean, that's to be expected. It was a very awkward first meeting. It was a little rough. Paani is introduced to the other Octonauts and the mission prevails. Now, there are a few negative opinions about Paani. Some people say that he's a carbon copy of Quasi, but I don't think that's true because Paani has some things that set him apart from Quasi. For example, Paani likes to bake. It's like a hobby of his. Paani also has a habit of talking to inanimate objects. I mean, that is to be expected considering his situation. I'll talk about that in a minute. At the end of the episode, the day is saved and Barnacles asks Paani if he wants to become a member of the Octonauts. Paani says that he'd love to, however, there is a catch. He prefers to explore and work above on the land, and he prefers to go with the flow. He's not really that fast first responder type person, but that gives Barnacles an idea. As soon as the octopod is fixed again, the Octo-Agent alert system is officially in motion. The Octo-Agent alert system has really been a game changer for the Octonauts as a business, because now people can call for help when they're in a different location and they don't need to rely on barnacles or an octo compass to do so. They don't even have to be at the octopod. And something I absolutely adore and appreciate is that they didn't make a whole new batch of characters for this series. They reused guest characters from the main show. Honestly, that's a really good idea because we don't always have to have new characters and write whole new personalities and whole new story arcs, especially when we already have a whole cast of characters that still need an arc and still need some more screen time so we can get to know them. Like, for example, Pearl in the Octonauts show, she was okay, but we didn't really know who she was. We did see her eat the urchins and raise periwinkle, but we didn't really see anything more. Pearl is a way better character in Above and Beyond because we get to see her in action. We get to know her, and we also witness, her skills and what she brings to the team. Tracker was in the main show for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's all the screen time he has. It seemed like he would just spend most of his life in that little research station, and that's it. But in Above and Beyond, we get to see him in action, we get to expand on his character, and we even learn that he likes birds. I don't like birds. I actually have a fear of birds. We'll just leave it at that. If it weren't for Above and Beyond, we wouldn't even know that about Tracker, which is absolutely amazing, which is why Tracker is a better character in A and B rather than the original. Sometimes it's best to use what you have. And we have all these friends and relatives that we can expand upon and prove that they're not just props, they're actual people with feelings. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is a very important event that happened in the series that doesn't really get that much attention. It's the paddleboard. Now, you're probably thinking, Eugen, what does a paddleboard have to do with Paani and the Octonauts? Well, let me tell you. Paani, being a hydrologist, has a little paddleboard to study and do experiments on the water. However, he did lose his paddleboard when he visited Antarctica. He had to abandon his paddleboard so he and the bird can be rescued from the waterfall. The paddleboard's design, it was red with a white stripe. Very basic, very simple, but Tweak gave him a new paddleboard. And this paddleboard is blue with the white stripe and has the Octonauts logo on it. But Eugen, what does this mean? I'll tell you what it means. The paddleboard has cemented Paani's place as a member of the Octonauts family and him being accepted into his new family. That's what it means. Another thing that I really appreciate, and I also talked about this with Selva, is that Paani is Indian. He is the first Indian character in Octonauts, and he is voice acted by someone who is Indian. It's not some white person putting on an accent. No, it's an actual Indian person. He's really good at portraying Paani's high-spirited personality, and I give him tons of credit for bringing Paani to life. Paani being Indian has opened the door for more diversity in the Octonauts characters, with Selva being the first Latina Octo-Agent, and her is African. Although I do feel bad that Africa got stuck with the toxic girl boss. I have a whole video talking about her, if you know what I mean. So let's stay positive here. Bottom line, Paani has really changed the Octonauts for the better, and if it weren't for him, the Octonauts wouldn't be who they are today. They wouldn't be advocating and inspiring many individuals from around the world, so we really must thank the Octonauts and Paani for the impact that they have made. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. What do you think about Paani? Do you like him? Are you okay with him? Do you think he needs improvement on his character? Let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know if my video has changed your view on Paani in some way. And are you excited for the comeback of the century? I am. Also, be sure to check out my new EP, Spectrum. It is out on all streaming platforms. It's 6 songs talking about my autism and opening up to the world about who I really am and who I strive to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and be sure to stream my new EP, Spectrum, on all streaming platforms when you're done, if you still have time. Until then, this is your girl Eugen, signing off. Peace.